Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Aurora Stefrak, and here I am to deliver you the weekly intuitive energy update for the week of December 13th, 2021. Welcome if you are new, and if you've been here before, welcome back. I just want to quickly touch note on the fact that these are timeless readings, and what that means is that it doesn't matter if it's past the week that I have recorded this. It's all channeled information, so we work on a resonance. So whatever it is that you're asking for from the universe is exactly what will be provided in this video. So just trust that you came to this video for a reason, even if it's after the date of this week, because there's information in here that you've been asking to receive, okay? So just keep an open mind, keep an open heart, and just take what resonates and kind of leave what doesn't, okay? So it's Tuesday. I'm recording on Tuesday because I tried recording yesterday and I just wasn't feeling it. So this could be an energy that people are feeling right now. There's a lot of energy, okay? Like I don't even know where to begin. So I'm not going to begin right now in the little intro. I'm going to read my notes and just get to the points that I have and just kind of see what comes through. I have my bowls here that I'm going to play just to clear the energy, to call in higher selves, to call in the guides, to call in source energy so that I can channel. I seriously couldn't even speak yesterday. I did 3 or 4 different takes because I don't edit my videos and stuff. It's all like just this is what it is. Whatever comes out is what it is. So yeah, I just couldn't find my flow yesterday, and I was really disconnected from myself. So this could be kind of the energies that are kind of surfacing right now. Like I'm human too, even though I show up to do these every week. I still have my human struggles that I'm dealing with, right? So keep that in mind as you're going through this week, is that, we're all human. We're all figuring out who we are and what we're doing and what our purpose is. And while some might seem like they're more far along, don't compare yourself. It's not about comparing. We are all human at the end of the day here. So that is what can unify us, what can bring us together, is the fact that we all have these ups and we all have these downs, okay? There's nothing wrong with you. You are not broken, okay? You just have to learn how to redirect your energy and to reconnect back to yourself, okay? Which is exactly what I did. So last night, I was like, fine, done, not even gonna try. I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna go to bed, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, I'm gonna come in early, and I'm gonna record it. And so that's what I'm doing, okay? So just keep that in mind, that if you're really struggling to do something, if it's not like a time constraint type thing, which technically I could have called this a time constraint thing, but because it is my own life and I'm the creator of my reality, I'm like, you know what? I'd rather give you guys a great update and really be in alignment with myself and really be here and really be centered than just put it out on Monday because it's Monday, right? So yeah, just self-care, real deep self-care, which really is deep listening, okay? Deep listening to your body, to your life, to what's going on in your reality, okay? Because this is going to allow for us to redirect our path, okay? To redirect us onto a timeline that is going to fulfill us more, that is not going to be depleting. And that comes with sometimes some pain and sometimes some suffering, because we have old wounds that need to be healed, okay? And so that is a whole process in itself. All right, so I'm just gonna shut my app because at least I'm talking today, and play you guys a little sound bath real quick, and yeah, go from there. Just clear the energies. let's get into it. So first thing I want to talk about is on Sunday. It was 12/12, December 12th, okay, 2021. And this was a very, very important day. This day, basically, it's a reset. And now I know, like, every week there's a portal or a reset or there's something. But you know what? This is just the time of awakening. So there's going to always be something that is going to be encouraging our awakening, which means that timelines are being cleared, energy is being purged, past lives are coming up, a lot of soul memory and pains will be showing up. And so the 12/12 portal was really about activating our 12-strand DNA, which is our spiritual awareness, which is, our third eye connection, which is allowing us to be able to access our soul memory. Okay, and we have had, like the 8/8 portal, the 9/9, the 10/10, the 11/11, and now we're at the 12/12. And so we've been building up to this, okay? And also eclipse season just ended as well. So we had all those portals that happened. We had that partial lunar eclipse happen back in November, which was the longest eclipse in 580 years, or sorry, the longest partial lunar eclipse in 580 years, which means that all of the last 580 years of karmic debt for humans right now that have incarnated at this time is wiped clean, okay? And so we still have our physical body to upgrade. Just because the etheric has been wiped clean, our physical body is still holding that memory. But because the etheric is wiped clean, we're able to access and clear our physical body a lot faster, okay? With more speed, with more intention, okay? When we really choose to focus and ground into our healing journey and our healing path, miracles happen all the time. This is called quantum healing, where we're able to collapse timelines instantaneously from moment to moment through conscious awareness, okay? So the 12/12 portal just happened on Sunday, and then yesterday was the 13th, okay? And the 13th is connected to the moon, okay? Yesterday was Monday, Moon Day, okay? Monday's connected to the moon. So 13th is a moon day. It was just so crazy because I bet everyone's like, oh my God, Friday the 13th, but nobody notices Monday the 13th, right? Real powerful, real potent energy. So that's allowing for us, again, supporting us in our emotional healing. But a lot has to come undone in order for us to really be here and be centered, okay? So that is the timeline collapsing. That's the karmic clearing. In order for us to undo our karmic clearing, our trauma, anything, our past lives, anything like that, we have to go through it. We have to acknowledge it. We have to actually be present with it, because the more that we run away from these feelings, whether it be your sadness, whether it be anxiety, whether it be depression, these are all teachers. These are all sovereign teachers here. You are a physical vessel having this experience, and everything has a purpose. We don't just have emotions to go crazy, okay? We have emotions to guide us. It's our internal guidance system so that we are able to navigate this reality, so that we can know what serves us and what doesn't, what is true to us and what is not, what feels good and what does not, right? And because we've been programmed into wanting to be accepted, wanting to be seen and wanting to be heard, but getting hurt in the process, we have a lot of coping mechanisms that we have created in order to survive, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. We had to do certain things in certain situations in order for us to survive, okay? But now we're being encouraged to thrive. So we're being encouraged to step into empowerment, to step into our sovereignty, to step into our integrity, into our truth, right? And really stand in our power right now, okay? And that's really what this 12/12 portal is activating us into as well, right? It's our sovereignty. It's our spirituality. It's like, you know what? I fell into your trap enough. I have played enough games, and I don't have to play the games anymore. All you have to do is say no. No, don't entertain it. And then you don't have to play the game anymore, right? The game, whatever the game is. It could be your wound. It could be with a person. It could be with a job. It could be with so many things, right? It's like, what games are you playing that you don't want to be playing anymore because you were unconscious? And then when you bring your conscious awareness to that, that's where the door opens, the timeline splits, you go into a divergence, and you can choose, do I want to go down this timeline or this timeline? Choice is your power, right? That's where you can empower yourself, through your choices. What is it that is going to serve me, and what is it that is going to be detrimental to my life? Okay, and this is really the energy that we're in, because we are in like a hot seat. We are in our hot seats right now, and it's literally like, hey, are you going to change? Are you going to choose to evolve? Or are you going to stay where you've always stayed and keep struggling and keep suffering, right? And so we're really being elevated to this maturity, okay? It really allowed for us to step into this maturity about ourselves, okay? And about being human and what it is to, you know, respond versus react, right? And what it is to really honor our emotions. When we do feel angry, we can say, oh, I know that anger, when I feel angry, there's a boundary that has been breached, right? So what is this anger showing me? What is this anger teaching me? Because instead of just being like, oh, I'm so fucked up, I'm fucking angry all the time. No, listen to the anger. Listen to the messages. Listen to your body, okay? Slow down and say, what do I need right now, okay? That's really what this 12/12 portal has done for us, and it's really beautiful. And same with the 13th on Monday. It really allowed for us to like, I'll get into this full moon as well that's coming up this Saturday, and it totally makes sense why we just went through the 12/12 and then the 13th, and then this full moon's coming up in Gemini, which, you know what, I was going to talk about that after, but it's just the perfect leeway. So this full moon that's coming is in Gemini, okay? It's Saturday, December 18th. So Gemini is an air sign. I had to look this up because my sister is a Gemini, so I know a bit about Gemini, but not too much. So Gemini is an air sign. It's ruled by the mind, the intellect, and communication, okay? It's a mutable sign, and it's represented by twins, okay? So it represents duality in all things in this realm and the true nature of polarity, okay? So duality is the dance between opposites. Polarity is basically the opposites. It's a scale. It's not a scale. Is that the word? That's not the word I want. Spectrum. It's a spectrum. Okay, so you have black over here and you have white over here, and they're actually the same, but each one is just lacking the other. I hope that makes sense. So we have duality and polarity. Duality is the dance between the polarities. The polarities are the opposites, okay? So it's like the polarities are the opposites, which is the separation of the two, and the duality is the unification of the two. Okay, so Gemini really represents this. And so in order for us to integrate the duality, we have to recognize the polarity, right? We have to recognize, okay, so this is this and this is this, but they're actually the same thing. Okay, so it's like unifying the mind with the heart. Okay, so the mind is separate. We have the left brain, we have the right brain, and also Gemini is connected to the intellect, right? So we have the logical way of thinking and we have the creative side of thinking, right? And so we're actually merging those together right now. And when you merge those together, you get the heart, because it's a balance of the two. It's a balance. So you can see the mind as polarity and the heart as duality, which is actually unity. Okay. So this full moon, we're really going to be encouraged to be exploring, experiencing, learning, and communicating. Communicating is going to be one of the biggest ones, because it's not just communicating to other people, it's really communicating to ourselves. Like, there may be a lot of breakdowns this week, okay? Me is a perfect example why I didn't record my video yesterday. I wasn't in it. I wasn't feeling it. I was like, okay, I just gotta listen. I gotta just do it when I feel right, right? And so now here I am doing it. But if I didn't, if I waited, or if I just did it last night, even though I wasn't feeling it, it just wouldn't have been the quality that I would be satisfied with, right? Because I wasn't centered, I wasn't balanced, right? So communicating with ourselves, like, how are you feeling? What's going on? What do you need to do? What do you need to focus on? That kind of stuff. Like, hey, what's wrong? Okay, if your shoulder hurts, what does it mean when my shoulder hurts? Like, emotionally or spiritually. Always look into the subtle energies of certain things, right? If your shoulders are hurting, it represents that you're carrying too much weight. Now, if your left side is hurting, that represents your emotional side, which means you're emotionally carrying too much. And if you're on your right side that's hurting, then that means physically you're carrying too much. So how can you shift? Not necessarily, yes, you can delegate. Yes, you can say, okay, I'm going to put that there. I'm going to get that person to do that. I'm going to ask for help there. I'm going to do that. But it's more like reprioritizing, and even sometimes just acknowledging the fact that you're freaking the fuck out can shift the vibration. Like, holy shit, I'm fucking freaking out right now. Like, ask the universe for help. What can I do to help myself right now? And it could be to go take a nap, like, it could be the simplest of things, which might not make logical sense to you, but healing is not linear. Healing is not logical. So you have to keep strengthening your ears, okay, to be able to really access the wisdom of your body, okay? And that's, again, the communicating, being able to access the wisdom of your body. And I'm burping right now, and that really represents a solar plexus activation. So real empowerment, really standing in your power, really communicating with yourself and being honest with yourself and making choices to better yourself instead of to destruct yourself, right? Living from a healed place versus a wounded place. Okay, what else do I have? So we have take advantage of opportunities to grow materially and spiritually, okay? So again, there's that duality and polarity. We have spirituality on one hand and material on the other, okay? And we're merging them because we're all just spiritual beings having a human experience, right? And so when we can acknowledge the spirituality in everything, the material becomes the spiritual, right? And that's the unification of the two realities. So there's going to be a lot of synchronicities that are going to be happening, and a synchronicity is just an alignment of events. So I guess you can look at it as a coincidence, but I actually don't believe in coincidences, because then if you believe in coincidences, then that means that there is no purpose for things coming together. And I believe that there's always a purpose for things coming together. Things don't just happen. They just don't. I don't know how else to say it. They just don't just happen, okay? Things happen for a reason. They always happen for a reason. It's just, are you listening? Do you have that awareness of why things are happening when they're happening? Okay, so notice these opportunities. Notice the universe providing for you. Notice that when you ask, you are given it. Okay, it may not be in the way that your human wants it, but you're still given it. Okay. So we're also going to be having, with this full moon, highlighting power imbalances in love relationships and possibly financial stress. Okay, so again, the reason that we are going to be having this pull between our personal relationships as well as our finances is because we're being recalibrated. We're being recalibrated to connect more to ourselves, to our authentic selves, to what our healed selves, our whole self. So how can I connect to myself more in this situation? Because if there's any resistance, if there's any pull sensation, if there's any friction, okay, it's showing you that you're not in alignment, okay? And it's not a bad thing. It's actually a really amazing, beautiful thing, because at least then you can stop going down that path where you make those decisions, right? So really have that awareness that you might have some breakdowns this week, and you might have to learn tools. Like, I'm driving home last night and I'm like, wait, I'm a healer. Like, why am I Why am I in my shit right now, Aurora? Start doing your work. So I started cutting cords. I started calling on the angels. I started clearing my energy. I started really like getting everyone's energy out of my field and anchoring in Aurora, my energy, my soul's frequency. And like it like recharged me on my drive home. And I'm like talking to myself and I'm communicating with the universe. And it was so funny because I was driving and then I hit this stop sign and there was a car coming and I couldn't tell how fast it was going. It was pretty dark. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to wait. There was cars behind me. So I almost like hooked right out real quick because I could like feel them. And I was like, no, Rory, you need to fucking be grounded. You need to be focused. It was just 21:21. So you need to be grounded. You need to be focused. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to fucking get in an accident. So I'm going to just wait. And I waited and I let that car go by. I literally hook a right. And right in front of me is a shooting star right there. I was like, oh my God, I love the universe so much. Like, and I literally started laughing out loud. Like, when you start to cultivate this beautiful relationship with the universe, it shows you that it's listening all the fucking time. So I saw that shooting star and it reset my whole field because I was like, wow. And then I was listening to this video as well, and they were talking about hope being restored. And I just started laughing because I was like, isn't that funny? Like, what is a shooting star? Make a wish, right? What do you want? What do you wish for? Ask the universe, right? So it's just all so funny how these synchronicities take place. But mind you, it's because I'm aware of it, right? I'm aware that the universe is guiding me. I'm listening. I'm like, hold up, something doesn't feel right here. What is this thing that doesn't feel right? Oh, you're actually just disconnected from yourself. It's not anything more than that. So who are you? Connect back to yourself. Tell the truth to yourself. Be honest with yourself and clear out the energies that just aren't serving you anymore. So yeah, we're going to be having power imbalances. And so that's why we're really being guided to come back to ourselves and again, communicating with the universe so that we're able to receive the guidance that we deserve, right? Okay, and then I also have Jupiter is influencing this full moon, which can help resolve such problems and find good luck and happiness. Okay, so it's not just that we're going to be having these possible, you know, power imbalances in love, relationships, and finances. We're also being supported by Jupiter. Okay, so Jupiter is trine to the moon, to the full moon, and it creates this lucky, optimistic, and generous. Oh, yeah. So just generosity. Sorry, I was like, what does that say? So yes, we have this dark energy, dark, like dense energy around our power imbalances, but we're also being supported by Jupiter, which is going to allow for us to connect more to the magic, to the luck, to the generosity of the universe, to the generosity of ourselves and our own heart, right? So we're going to have that's going to help resolve such problems and then find good luck and happiness. So it's not just like, oh, the universe is going to give you all these dark problems and really intense things you have to work through. It's also going to support you fully to be able to see the light. Okay. What else do I have? Yeah, so opposing forces. So this moon is really going to kind of pull us. It's really going to test us, okay? So it's opposing forces, which is the Gemini, which is the twins, which is the mind, right? Constantly arguing with itself. So it's opposing forces such as work and home life. You know, there's an imbalance between work and home life, then it's going to be showing up. Or what you need versus what you want, okay? And this is going to create inner tension and external pressure. So we're going to feel that pull inside, and externally we're going to feel like there's a weight on us because we have to make the decision. And so then be aware that indecision drains your energy, okay? When you're not sure about something and you're constantly thinking, should I, shouldn't I, what if this, what if that, whatever, that's an energy leak in your field, okay? So that's draining your energy, and you're being asked to just make the decision. Even if it's that you don't know, I'm going to choose right now that I don't know, and then let it go, release it, that when you're ready to know, that you'll get the message, okay? So there's really this deep tension and this deep pull within you, this internal conflict, okay? So really be aware this week that that's really what's coming up. And then negative emotions will be higher so that we can navigate our subconscious, our shadow, easier, okay? It's not to drive us nuts. It's not to think that we're crazy. It's just to bring awareness to what's not serving us and what's pulling us farther away from us, okay? So that is this full moon coming up in Gemini, okay? So that's on this Saturday coming. So we'll kind of start entering into that energy. It's 3 days before and 3 days after usually. So I guess Wednesday, tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow is really gonna, which I think is why I usually go through things a bit before the collective so that I can communicate to you guys what is coming. So that's why I just went through my big, like, really intense couple days, and because it's coming for the collective, okay? And so Wednesday till even the Wednesday after, okay? So from this tomorrow to the week after, we're gonna be in this energy portal of this full moon in Gemini. So have this awareness. If you're having any emotional problems, like, listen to your emotions. Start learning about emotions. What do emotions mean? What are they all about? Start asking the questions and then start listening. Because most of my study has been, you know, YouTube videos or asking people questions or just questions. You have to have the questions in order to receive the answers, right? So really start asking the questions. Okay, so this full moon in Gemini is really going to support us, but also has this playful nature as well, okay? So it's not just all work and no play. Geminis actually really love to have fun, okay? So they really like to play. They really like to be in their highest expression. So keep that in mind as well, that this isn't all just work, it's also play. So we have to learn to find that balance, again, between work and play, right? Okay. So that was the full moon and the 12/12 portal and the 13th, moon day the 13th. So I just want to play this bowl for like 2 seconds just to ground my energy, and then I'm going to start talking about the other notes that I have, and then we'll get into the card pull, and then that'll be it. So let me just clear this energy and ground myself. Amazing. So Archangel Raphael wants to come through real quick. He really wants you to know that he's here right now, okay? So you can call on archangels at any time. They are actually the messengers of source, okay? So they're the delivery system between source consciousness and other lower realms. So because we can get trapped in these lower realms, they're like that ladder, they're that helping hand to access the higher frequencies of the universe. And as I'm saying that, I'm getting goosebumps just for confirmation. Okay, so call in Archangel Raphael right now. Like, even if you don't even believe in this stuff, it's fine. You don't have to believe in it for them to answer your call. You just have to ask for it, okay? No belief needed. You just need to ask, okay? And then you'll be shown. You don't need to believe it because you're just going to know it after that, right? So he is the healer. So call his energy in. Michael is the protector. Call his energy in. Protect your energy. Create a cocoon. Fill that cocoon with healing. Okay? Fill it with healing energies, with source energy. Okay? With balancing energy. That's what he wanted to come through from playing the bowls. Okay, guys. So the first thing I have here is creation energy is available to us now. Okay? So again, we just went through the eclipse season. The winter solstice is coming up. We just had the 12/12 portal. We had the longest lunar eclipse in 580 years. Then we had a solar eclipse. I mean, there's been a lot happening, okay? A lot of purging, clearing templates. And as much as that's still going to be the theme, it's actually more focused on creating now. So we've spent a lot of time purging, a lot of time clearing, and now we're being encouraged to create, to get creative, to start connecting to our inner child, which I think is, the next one. So inner child activations, which is the wonderment and curiosity. So be willing to learn, be teachable, be open, have an open heart and an open mind while navigating your healing journey, because this is a crazy reality that we live in, and it's only, the truth only gets stronger. Okay, and the truth is getting stronger. We're getting closer to source, and what that means is that everything that is not of the light and that is not of the truth will be obliterated. And it's not because it's bad. It's not because of anything like that, because you always have to have duality and polarity, which is the darkness and the light. But it's more like their power is being drained. They've had their fun. They, as in the darkness of the world. And we're being encouraged to connect back to our true nature, which is love, which is bliss, which is thriving, not surviving, okay? So inner child activations, this wonderment, this curiosity, as my throat does that, speaking our truth, okay? And then with that, with this activation of the inner child and this creation energy available to us, the next question I invite you to ask yourself is, where's your focus? Where is your focus, and what are you creating? Okay, because whatever you start creating right now, today, in this now moment, if it's to cultivate a deeper connection to yourself, then that's beautiful. That's like the biggest, most beautiful gift that you could ever give to yourself. So really, what do you want to create? What's your focus? Where are you going from here on out? Your template, your karmic past is gone, done, just like that. You can never go back. It doesn't exist. There is nothing there for you anymore. So now that you're here in this space, it's time to create. It's time to really authentically connect to your true self and say, what is it that I want from this lifetime? What am I here for? Asking the real deep questions, okay? So yeah, where's your focus? Where's your energy? Where's your attention? Because where your attention goes, energy flows. And you're the creator of your reality. So you're manifesting everything outside of you. Whether you want to take responsibility for it or not, you are. So you might as well start taking responsibility and understanding what the universe is showing you, because there's this thing called the law of correspondence, as my throat chakra is getting all there's this thing called the law of correspondence in the 7 Hermetic Principles, and that is as above, so below, as within, so without. So that means that whatever's going on outside of you is a reflection of your inner world. I know it's a lot to take in. Whatever is manifesting outside of you is a reflection of what is going on inside of you. Okay? So keep that awareness, keep grounding that down. Okay? And ask, why did I manifest that? What is that showing me? How come I'm having this person manifest, or that person, or whatever, right? Like, what's going on? What is this showing me? What part of myself do I need to heal? And solar plexus. And also, how can I heal that? Like, what is this showing me, and how can I move past this? And how can I really integrate this experience? So, like, for example, when I used to work in customer service, like say at Dollarama, I used to work at Dollarama, and say there was like a really crappy customer that came in and they freaking ripped me a new one and they lost it on me. I, for starters, had to learn that that's nothing personal. How people treat me is not a reflection of myself. That is a reflection of them. And so I will give it back to them. Not in this time, not like, I'm gonna give it back to you. No. Like, I will take that internal projection of mine. So say, oh wow, they're being a bitch. Well, I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna go, okay, well, this is just showing me that I too have been this way before. Maybe not to that extreme, but I can acknowledge that that is a part of me, and that by that person coming in and that person treating me that way, I can choose to just acknowledge that there's a part of me that does exist, that has acted that way. Again, not in that proportion, but definitely acknowledging that it resides within me, instead of projecting and going, what a crazy motherfucker, you know? No. Yeah, okay, it was wild. Okay, awesome. Now move past that and go, what is this showing me? Why did I manifest this? What am I clearing out of my field? And ask these higher awareness questions, right? Okay, so then with this creation energy that is available to us, it's easier to access the flow state, okay? Using creative energies to move past old energies. So because we are in this creative energy, we're really being encouraged to be creative when dealing with our, say, financial struggles. Say you are struggling financially. Say you're one of the people that lost their job because you don't want to get the V. You're empowering yourself. You're standing in your power. You're saying, no, I will not do that. And I am a sovereign being, and I will exercise my free will and choice. But then that creates a ripple. Well, then that affects your family, and then that affects your home life, and then that affects so much. It's not just that decision. And I understand there's also people that have gotten the V and stayed where they are, and they have a whole nother can of worms that they need to deal with, right? Because they went against their intuition. They went against what felt right to them. Okay? So this is being encouraged to move through with creativity. So you may really enjoy woodworking. You may really enjoy music, and you might choose to put more of your energy into a more creative endeavor, which you might not understand how the fuck it's going to make you money now, but it's getting into that creative flow so that you can create a timeline, a brand new timeline for you to walk upon, okay? And so this is allowing for us to access the flow state easier. Okay, when we keep hitting a wall against certain decisions and resistance all the time, you're being redirected. That's all that it is. Rejection is redirection, okay? When you get rejected, you're being redirected to another place that serves you better. And when you start programming your mind to think this way, which is a really beautiful way because there's no victim, things don't happen to you, they happen for you. So you losing that job is actually for your highest good, because it probably really wasn't serving you anyways. And so now you're being taken out of that frequency, and you're having to anchor into a new one. And that can be really scary and really intense, but it is also very beautiful because we get to be more in alignment with our true authentic selves. Okay, sorry. Looks like someone's here. We also have spiritual awareness activating, okay? So not only do we have like our inner child and our creative force being activated, we also have this spiritual connection being activated. So I would say the inner child is more heart-centered, and then the spiritual awareness is totally the mind, right? Understanding, deep understanding of ourselves and of our journey and of our lives, okay? So as we're being activated into this, so we're going to have this newfound awareness of who we are and our place in the world, right? So we're really learning how to navigate that through our highest self in the moment. So we keep rising above and rising above and rising above, and choosing better, and choosing what's more in alignment with us and what serves us and what makes us feel good. And I know at first it might sound like impossible, but it always feels impossible at the beginning because you're so far out of alignment. You just have a lot of shit to clean up. That's the only thing. You just got a lot of work to do. It's not that there's anything wrong with you. You're totally fine. You're not broken. You just have work to do. And that's it. There's no more and no less. It's just that you're not in alignment, and you're learning how to get back in alignment. So with this spiritual awareness being activated, and with this creative energy, we're going to have a lot more synchronicities, which again, I already touched on, but bringing it back in this point, we're going to be having more right place, right time moments, okay? So we're gonna be like, holy shit, how did that happen? Or like, whoa, I didn't expect to, meet you, or oh, I didn't expect for this to happen, or, wow, where did that come from? Or, oh, cool, like, this is great. Like, how is all this happening right now, right? And, like, it's just they're aha moments, I think is the best way to put it. A synchronicity is like an aha moment when things align and you're like, whoa, that was so cool. It was like when I turned the corner and I saw the shooting star, and I was like, oh my God, see, because I listened. I was like, hey, I'm not going to go yet. I'm going to wait because I don't want to die. I don't want to get in an accident. And so I let the car go, and then I turned, and then I saw a shooting star. And that's the universe showing me, yes, Aurora, good job. Congratulations. You're in alignment. Okay, so more right place, right time energies. So spiritual awareness being activated in a deep understanding of ourselves, our lives, and our journey here, our purpose. Okay, and then I have calling in our soul tribe. So as we shed and release old karmic relationships, we create space for more soul-centered relationships. So part of the purging and part of the pain and part of the suffering is letting go. Letting go of people, letting go of situations, letting go of emotions, letting go of anything that causes you pain, that causes you suffering. And it's not that you're going to bypass it, it's just acknowledging, hey, my perspective of this isn't serving me. So how can I move forward in a more whole way, not so much in a wounded way? You don't need to always have people around you. Actually, your alone time is so valuable. It gives you time to really hear your own thoughts and to really connect to yourself. And sometimes that can be a really scary process, because what your thoughts are actually just a bunch of fear-based programming that's been put inside of you. So then you start thinking, what is wrong with me? Why am I having these thoughts? But it's just you're picking up other people's thoughts and they're not your own, right? So anyway, calling in your soul tribe, as these things are leaving your lives, you will meet people that are on your level. If anything, you'll meet people that know more than you about certain things, and that you know more about other things, and you can teach them and they can teach you, and then you can create this beautiful community and this beautiful flow of serving humanity, serving yourself, serving others, right? I don't know what's going on with the throat this week, but here, let me grab a drink. But it is intense. Oh yeah, communication. Wait a minute, I've only been talking about communication the whole time. That's what's going on. Okay, so yeah, calling in our soul tribe, and then that painful process of grieving, of letting go of that reality, but then honoring yourself. Honoring yourself comes before anything. Honoring your emotions, honoring your path, honoring your divinity, and honoring your sovereignty. This is what's going to bring in the new relationships, because you just don't entertain the old wounded energy that you once did. Okay, and then I'm almost done. So deep surrender to what is, okay? So this is what's going to allow for you to move forward. So when you can deeply surrender to what is and accept your past and accept where you've been and trust that even though you don't know where you're going to a beautiful place, okay? And this is you cultivating empowerment from your experiences. So you're rewriting your story, which is why all of this karmic debt has been cleared, and we're going to be entering into creating, writing, like the next chapter of our lives. Like, we're living it. We aren't just the author, we're also all the characters in it, right? So we're learning to accept what is, to empower ourselves from our old experiences, and to move forward in a more mature way, in a more emotionally mature way, in a more mentally mature way, in a more spiritually mature way, okay? And then we're redefining unconditional love, okay? Because fuck unconditional love the way that the world sees it right now, because it's just so toxic. Like, you need to have conditions on love, okay? Love is not what we think it is these days. Love is attachment, love is wounds, love is our shadow selves getting attached and needing each other, and this is the dark toxic energy that we're learning to let go of, okay? So we're redefining unconditional love, okay? Unconditional love is not being hijacked anymore, and we're taking back pure unconditional love. Pure unconditional love, okay? So what this means is that we're just putting healthy conditions on love, okay? So what I have learned is that not everybody knows what healthy is. And so we need, and when I even say that, I didn't even know, you know, like I have had healthy and I've had unhealthy. And when I was in the unhealthy, it was like, yeah, I could acknowledge that it wasn't healthy, but I didn't really understand the detriment that it was causing to my being, right? So we're just putting healthy conditions on love. That's what that's about. We're learning how to redefine what love is. Love is not pain. Love is the opposite, you know? Love is an overflowing well, okay? And it's understanding and it's compassion. But first, we need to love ourselves. We have to love ourselves so that we can share that overflowing cup with others. We can't put others first and leave ourselves out, or then we're really just living from a wounded place. Okay, so we're redefining unconditional love, and we're putting healthy boundaries around this word unconditional love, so that I know that within this unconditional love that I am giving to people all the time, I am not forgotten. You are not forgotten. You have to remember to keep yourself healthy. You have to remember how delicate our physical vessel is, mentally, emotionally, okay, and physically. You have to make sure you're eating properly. You have to make sure you're absorbing, you're around people that are going to nourish you and not break you down all the time, because that's just exhausting and you don't deserve it. So it's time to move past that, and it's time to really learn to connect to source, the truth, unconditional love, the real, true, unconditional love. All right. So that was way better than anything I could have come up with last night. So let me grab some cards here real quick and see what wants to come through. So we're going to do these two with the Lightworker Oracle, and then, oh my god, there's so many, I want them all. Okay. So I grabbed 5. We'll see how far in we get. So I want to start with the Lightworker Oracle here, because this reminds me of like deep soul lessons. This is an activation deck. So this activates us to our deep soul lessons. So let's see, I'm just going to ask for 3 from this deck, just so that we can really be concise around what energies are coming up this week. And actually what I'm going to do is 3 from however many decks I pull, and I'll correlate them all as well. Okay, so let's see what energies are coming through for the week of December 13th, 2021. Okay, that one. 5th ray of intellectual knowledge. Yes. Past life activations. Watch this one be like a heart one. Oh, yes. Even better. Unplug from mass consciousness, guys. So this week, oh my god, and then activation by air. Yeah, it's Gemini full moon, that's for sure. Okay. So guys, this is all connected to, do you know what? I just thought of something really genius. Maybe what I can do, oh no, I can't because I don't have enough space. Never mind. Okay. I actually can't right now but I wanted to like turn my camera so that you guys could see the cards, but it's okay. I'll just have to show you. Okay, so the first card here is, how do I make it so you can see? 5th ray of intellectual knowledge. Now look at this card, guys. Look at this beautiful light being, and look at all of the pessimism around her, and all the negativity, and all the stares, and all the just like energy, you know, like nothing wrong with it. It's just like, it's such an feeling, you know, when that is inside of you. And so this is really what you're being activated into, is this knowledge, so that you're able to expand. Okay, knowledge is power. So as we learn to reprogram our mind, we actually are able to access our spiritual knowledge more. And so we're able to stand in our power. We're able to be a sovereign being. We're able to make choices from a healed place and not be influenced by all the negativity in this world, because there's a lot, and it will go on forever and ever if we allow it to, right? So we're being activated into our intellectual knowledge. And I think the fifth ray, that would be the third eye, right? We have the base, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, right? So it would be the throat, which I don't know, really? Fifth ray. I guess it's not correlated to the chakras, maybe. But anyway, the fifth chakra is the throat. So again, speaking our truth, right? Standing in our power, activating our mind. And then we have past life activations. So this totally goes in alignment with everything I've been talking about. So all of our timelines are collapsing right now. Like, this is confirmation to say, hey, Aurora's not pulling shit out of her ass, telling you that, you know, karmic debts are being cleared right now. Like, this is, and as I'm burping, again, this, every time I do that, it's a release. This is how my body talks to me. It's not like, oh, I'm burp, like, I don't burp this much. I'm channeling information. So then what happens is that I start releasing, just so my body can show me, hey, empowerment, right? Like, this is that solar plexus energy coming up, right? So past life activations right now. So whatever that has happened in your past lives is now unraveling and unfolding, and it's in this current life, okay? So things are going to start happening, those aha moments that are aligning you to your true authentic self, which that means that you have to heal the parts of yourself that are wounded, okay? And then, this is my favorite, unplugging from mass consciousness. This is the one I thought would be a heart chakra one, but it was even better because we're unplugging from mass consciousness right now, because we're creating a new mass consciousness, okay? This is the whole freaking thing. We have been programmed, we have been structured, we have been put into a box, we have been told, you can't think this, you can't feel this, that's the devil, don't do that, you're bad, all this fucking bullshit, all this shit, all this, like, whatever, like, all that energy, like, no more. I know what I know. Don't tell me what to think. Don't tell me how to act. Don't tell me how to wipe my ass. I can do it. I can handle it. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is what we're doing. We're unplugging from mass consciousness, and we're connecting back into the organic template, guys. We are connecting back into the organic template through our mind, through reprogramming our mind, through rewiring our neural pathways in our brain, which then affects our entire body, okay? And then last, I have the initiation by air. This is just the bottom of the deck, which is why I started laughing when I pulled the cards, because I was like, of course we have initiation by air. It must be a freaking Gemini full moon. And then under that, we have the wisdom of the divine feminine and earth healing. Oh my God, and karmic clearing, guys. So, and then Raphael's coming through as well, okay? So I know I just said 3 cards, but I can't help it. So this is just a quick little bing bang boom to show you all the confirmation here, okay? With the divine feminine, the earth healing, the karmic clearing, and then Archangel Raphael and Master Hilarion, which are the healers, okay? That are here in the subtle realms to help you, okay? So perfect, so good. I'm going to now pull from the Angels of Atlantis deck here real quick and see what they have. What do you got to say, Archangels? Show us what we need to hear. Okay, this is for... Okay, dreams and transmutation. Okay, so this is... oh no, okay, there was a call. That scared me. I thought I ran out of space. Okay, so 5th ray of intellectual knowledge is going to go with these 2 cards. So transmutation and dreams, okay? So we're going to be clearing out our mind, our subconscious, all the things that we've been carrying within our psyche through our dream state. So be aware of that this week coming, because that's just how the universe works. That's how humans work. We transmute through our dreams, our subconscious mind. That is what our dreams are. It is our subconscious mind. There's symbolism. That's why you can learn to read dreams through symbolism. You can learn to read anything through symbolism, right? And so when you can start decoding and understanding, you're transmuting your trauma, your past life stuff, your psyche through your dream state. So if you're having crazy dreams, if you're like, what the fuck's going on, do not get attached to the dreams. Do not be afraid. Just trust that you're purging. Trust that your mind is releasing, okay? And in order for you to really connect to your true self, you have to release the old energies that aren't serving you anymore, the ones that are full of fear, and the ones that are full of lack, and the ones that are full of scarcity, okay? Because you are an abundant being in an abundant universe, and this is something you're learning, okay? You forgot, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's part of being human. Being human is forgetting over and over again. Of course, past life activations, we have evolution linked with that, okay? Look at even the way these cards align. Okay, so we have evolution with our past life activation. So again, just confirmation that we are in the process of evolution. This is our soul's path. This is part of our journey as a spiritual being, as a soul, is to come into physical, to incarnate, and to learn lessons. So it's just confirmation again that we are having evolution come up with past life activations. It's just it's snug like a rug, snug like a glove, however you want to make the rhyme. But yeah, so again, just confirmation to say, hey, we're on this evolutionary path, and you know, confirming that what I am saying is real, is true, and it's not just like me making stuff up. Not that I ever feel that way. Well, I do kind of sometimes, but I know that I've cultivated a deep trust with my intuition and with the words that come out of my mouth, so that I know that anything that I say is for the highest good. It is not self-serving at all. I would never tell somebody something for myself, right? It's for you always. Okay, guys, this is huge. Unplugging from mass consciousness and forgiveness. Forgiveness, okay? This is a huge heart healer, okay? We can't put blame on anything. This is just the evolutionary path of human consciousness, okay? We have to forgive. The only thing that's going to allow for us to reach higher spiritual awareness is forgiveness, to understand that this served a purpose. The darkness served a purpose. But we're going to say no more. So we have to forgive the darkness, and also forgive ourselves for having to experience it. Okay, so this one's really, really big. Whatever it is that you're struggling to disconnect from, it's forgiveness. You always have to connect back to forgiveness, okay? So that's how we're going to unplug from mass consciousness. And then I have liberation with this initiation by air, okay? So that's so perfect. Intention as well under that. So intention. Your intention has to be liberation. You good, Abs? Okay. My sister's here. Okay. I'm almost done. Okay, now we're going to pull from the power of love. Let's see what's going to come through for the power of love with each of these. And I'm going to do it quick because I also want to do the fairy deck. Oh, yay, I caught it. Integrity. You demonstrate the truth and honesty of your soul and manifest love with every action. Be in alignment with integrity. I'm going to leave that as the general card here. And then I'm going to just quickly pull. Okay, those two want to be here. Oh, 3, wow. Okay, so in order for us to activate our 5th ray of intellectual knowledge, we have empathy. Empathy, that's part of it. We have expression, and we have friendliness. So expression, you are ready to manifest your thoughts and transform them into acts of love. Friendliness. You are able to recognize traits in common with another in order to forge love-based connections. Yes. Empathy. You feel and understand the emotions of another in the service of love. Perfect. So this is perfect. And this is us purging through our dreams, remember. So we're going to be having dreams. Maybe you'll dream about your soulmate. Maybe you'll dream about a certain person that you're going to be meeting, and then you meet them, right? A lot of really weird synchronicities and stuff going on. Oh my God. And then for the past life activation, I have acceptance. You are ready to release control of situations or people and lovingly embrace the rhythm of life. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, and then what do we have for unplugging from mass consciousness and forgiveness? Detachment. You are releasing old patterns and ideas that no longer serve your highest ideals of love. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And then evolution. Evolution's on the bottom. So you realize that obstacles are merely lessons on your path to love. And I want to say back to love, okay? Back to love. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. So good. I'm so glad that I waited, guys. Listen to your intuition. If something doesn't feel right, trust it. Even if it's like, oh, I really need to do this. Well, will you be able to give your all? As the High Priestess jumps out, and I'm talking about trusting your intuition. So the High Priestess, trust your intuition, careful reflection before taking action, insights that come through meditation. Okay, I'm going to do this a bit different so that I can just close it off real quick. So I'm just going to place these cards down real quick, and then I got one more deck I want to throw on with it. So strength is the bottom. So the grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges, the power of kindness and forgiveness, and time to embrace how wonderful you are. Perfect. Oh, whoa. That one really came out. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Perfect. Okay, so we're just going to place these down real quick, and then I'm going to flip them over. Okay, fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Okay, so let's see. What do we have here? So we have happiness. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. And 5 of spring. So opposing goals arising from differing opinions, feeling at odds with yourself or others, overly ambitious people. So mind you guys, this has to do with the 5th ray of intellectual knowledge, with purging through our dream state, and then learning how to, you know, be empathic to other people and connect more in a heart-centered way. And then we have happiness here, okay? So this is the result of doing all this purging work. And also to tell you to follow that feeling. When you feel that good feeling, follow it. Don't be afraid of it. And then here we have opposing goals arising from differing opinions, feeling at odds with yourself or others, and very ambitious people. So this is bringing you back to your knowledge. What do you know? If you have people that are influencing you and pulling you in different directions, what is it that you're going to do with that information, with that knowledge? Are you going to let it sway you and take you off your path, or are you going to choose to ground in your truth? Okay, and then we have with the past life activations, evolution, and acceptance, we have judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. And then 9 of spring, protect the fruits of your labors, prepare for possible challenges that lie ahead, and environmental conservation. Okay, so I really see this as creating a safe space for yourself to be able to go through the judgments that you carry, to accept the truth of reality, and that we're evolving at a rapid rate, and this is all connected to our past lives, okay? Okay, so then we have doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. And then the Emperor. Use logic and structure to increase your success. Get organized. A firm but compassionate leader. Perfect, because this is disconnecting us from mass consciousness. You're being called to step up and be a leader, to to look past your doubts, to not let them engulf you, to be the emperor of those doubts and anchor in the truth, okay? And then through this, there is forgiveness that's going to be needed and detachment. Remember, you are forgiving the collective and the dark energy for everything. It's not that the dark energy is bad, but it has inflicted a lot of pain and suffering. And so we're now learning how to create our own reality. Okay, and then just some general cards here. Gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. And 7 of Autumn. Have patience and don't worry. Take time to rest and plan your next steps. A prudent investment of time or money. There you are. So what's your focus? What are you manifesting? Be sure that you're focusing on gratitude, on integrity, on liberation, on evolution. Okay. Wow. On growth. Growth is there as well. Okay, guys. I want to do one more card from this deck. Initiation by fire. Perfect. Air and fire. So good. So there you go. The fire is being lit. The flame under your ass is lit now, guys. So be aware, because your spiritual awakening is about to rapidly awaken within you, and it all starts within. So wow, that actually ended up being a really, really good energy update. So thank you guys so much for being patient with me this week, and yeah, just allowing me to take the time that I need and the space that I need so that I can really be fully present with you guys and give you the best version of myself. So I'm sending you guys so much love. I hope that you have an amazing week. I hope that you really enjoy this full moon. Remember that if you are having crazy dreams, remember what I've said. Remember, you're unplugging from mass consciousness. You're awakening your own consciousness, your own sovereign timeline, where you're not controlled and manipulated anymore, where you can be free of suffering, and we can anchor heaven on earth in this now moment. All right, guys, all the love. Have the best week, and I will see you next week. Bye.